All right, my pretties, it is time. I'm at New York City Comic-Con in the Jacob Javits Center, deep in the bowels of the Javits Center, and I'm about to put on my costume, and most of it is in this duffel bag right here. What is my costume? Does this give us more of a hint? Since we're close to the 50th anniversary of the moon landing and we've just passed the 60th anniversary of NASA's inception, it's all spacesuits for me. All spacesuits all the time. And this is maybe the most complicated spacesuit build I've ever participated in. I'm about to wear one of the orange pumpkin shuttle suits. I never go anywhere without a set of tools for a costume. I hope I don't need any of these, but just in case I do, I brought an EDC2 full of useful ways to repair this costume. Boots. This is much of the last 3 months for me, this costume. 6 collaborators. I'll walk you through all the incredible craftsmanship that came into play to put this whole suit together. Friends of mine from NASA and astronauts contributed data and information and advice. But the best way to walk you through who built this costume is to just start putting it on. There is a detail to my costume which I have to remove because it would give me away, and it's this, the name tag I had made in my name. We pull that off. I'll put it on my coveralls, and I've got a blank patch that I had also made just for today so that I can go anonymously. I have included an Easter egg in my costume. It is a Weyland-Yutani patch from Alien Covenant, I believe. I need to put on a cooling vest. That is a key part of today's costume. Bottom hose, and switch operation. Good. There it is. Oh, that's nice. Let's talk about how this suit got built. I hired a local San Francisco sewist named Maggie Heeman, who did all the problem solving on the orange outer suits. I built the hardware for it. She did all of this problem solving, including the zippers around the neck and the wrists. I said that they didn't have to be practical, but they are, and you can actually remove the wrist rings and the neck ring with the zipper, like the real thing, which is pretty amazing. Okay, here's the least dignified part of getting into a spacesuit. Help me get it up and over. Zipped up? Fabulous. Okay, next up is the boots. All right, next up is the harness, and the harness was built by Anthony Kovacs. It turns out that the space shuttle parachute harness is basically a standard issue military parachute harness of a certain type. And what I did was I bought one of those and I sent it to Anthony, and he just copied it, cut out the hardware of the military one and installed it in the orange one he made. But he also included this in the pocket, which is a small diary of the construction of the entire harness and some of his drawings and photos of the process. Anthony knows a way to my heart. Okay. Okay, this goes under there. I'm getting a little warm already. Oh, it's really nice. It fills out the costume well too, don't you think? The gloves were made by an Etsy seller named Like Linda. Her name is Linda Guarise. Her Etsy store name is Like Linda. And these are really beautiful. I had some incredible close-up photos of the real gloves. And I figured out that NASA adds the silicone gription on its gloves by squeegeeing the silicone through a screen. And Linda and I corresponded about this, and she figured out how to do that. Not only that, but the label is super accurate, and these gloves are lined. I can't even tell you how comfortable they are to put on. Oh, Ryan Nagata lent me a casting of one of his wrist rings, so I made molds of it and had them vacuum metallized. The Snoopy cap was made also by Maggie Heyman. These arrived this morning. Okay, so one of my tricks on this is that this helmet's actually screwed down. There is a nut back here, and you see right? So that's the first one. Once we get that lined up and you put that in, this was definitely a collaborative effort. The main helmet body was, the files were prepped and printed by Daryl Maloney, Broken Nerd. The hard auto coat was done by Sean Thorson. The visors were done by Bill Duran, and all the scratch building of everything else in the paint treatment was me. I got to spend 5 glorious days adding even the internal details. I will point out that the rear neck pad in the Space Shuttle helmet is actually beta cloth, and Ryan Nagata gave me enough beta cloth to make this pad so that it's correct, the exact right kind in the back. I've included a little fan here to blow against my visor, which hopefully should keep it from fogging up too much. I have one contact lens in so that I can see naturally out of my right eye, and I'm right eye dominant, so this should allow me to move easily through the space. One of the nice things about this costume that I've discovered, all the other spacesuits that I've replicated have been a moving target. You want to make a Mercury suit? Every single Mercury suit was slightly different. And the same with Gemini and the same with Apollo. But once they'd gotten to the 90s and they developed the ACES suit, that stands for Advanced Crew Escape Suit, which was what do you call it? A refinement of the LES, which is the Launch and Escape suit. Things didn't change very much. This suit remained pretty much exactly the same for a couple of decades, and so did the helmet. So all of my reference material matched each other. I didn't have to I'll choose that detail from this one and that detail from this one. All the details were the same. So that was a nice bit of uniformity. I'm going to just turn on the fan, which should allow me to stay cool for the hour and a half. Okay. You're in? Yep. Okay, so now that one goes in this little hole right there. It's really nice in here. This may be, I don't want to go out on a limb here, but this might be one of the more comfortable costumes I've been able to wear. I'm literally being bolted into my helmet. It's a good thing I don't get claustrophobic. Squeak, I'm in? You're in. Awesome. All right. I'm going to just turn on my fan a little bit. Okay, now, that's it, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to hit the floor? Who could this be? Here we go, hitting the floor in 3, 2,
blast off, blast off, blast off, blast off, blast off. Turn up the faders. Cruising over greater space, jamming on the haters, blast off, see you later. See the time spinning around like an axis, or an orbit, intergalactic. Blast off, blast off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
You are, oh my god, you're behind. You are literally my inspiration.
I warn you, I can't hear a thing, but this looks amazing.
Thank you, yours is too. I saw on your Instagram you were doing a
Yeah, by all means.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
I'm so glad I found you. I was so worried. I came to New York Comic Con for you.
Really? Crazy. Do you want to take a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I love your costume. Jake, Elroy?
How you doing, man?
Very good.
Awesome.
Thank you. You guys look great. That's a cooling vest. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Are you Buzz Aldrin?
No, just shuttle astronaut.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yes. Well done.
Are you Adam Savage?
I am.
For you all day.
Well, hello.
Am I the first? I don't think so.
No, I've been found about 1 million times so far.
I've been looking
Oh,
It's good to see you. You've been a huge inspiration to me.
oh, I'm so glad to hear
I would
that.
ask you to sign something, but I don't want you to get noticed. Thing. And so, I'll try to get into the panel, but if not, thank you for being an inspiration.
You're awesome. Have a great con. Up.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was so much fun. Okay, I got found pretty much instantaneously and then repeatedly. It seems like the secret that I love spacesuits is out and everyone knows it because I got found within about 1.5 minutes by a young woman wearing a hand-built replica of the SpaceX prototype suit. So she's clearly been obsessed with spacesuits. She was executing that obsession and ran into me and immediately knew that it was me. That was a fabulous walk. Also, I'm still quite comfortable. I had a fan inside the helmet keeping me from fogging up. I took it off in the hallway. And the cool vest is still keeping my chest at a very reasonable temperature, and it's been like 35, 40 minutes out on the con floor. I'm impressed. I am now going to get undressed back out of this costume, but you can be guaranteed there's gonna be more spacesuits to come over the next coming year. All right, so I was out on the floor for a little over half an hour, and there is still some ice in my cooling pack. I'm really impressed with this rig. This was its inaugural run, but by far, that was the most comfortable I've ever been in a costume. With the fan blowing on my face and the cool water running around my chest, I was very, very well maintained in terms of temperature.